We've all been there. You go to the pharmacy for a prescription that's supposed to make you feel better, only to see the price and feel worse. The average American spends roughly $1,200 a year on prescription drugs, 2.5 times more than the rest of the world. So why are drugs more expensive in this country? Let me explain. We all know prices can be outrageous. Here's why. Reason 1, it's a classic monopoly. Matthew Fiedler with the Brookings Institute, a public policy think tank, says prices are high for new name brand drugs because they're the only game in town.
When a manufacturer develops a new drug, we give them a patent and we allow them to be the only one selling that drug for some period of time after the new drug is developed. That company can set whatever price the market will bear for that drug.
The FDA issues pharmaceutical companies exclusivity rights with their patent. It can last up to 7 years, which means there is no generic version until exclusivity expires. That monopoly drives up the cost of the drug.
That may be a good choice on the part of policymakers because it creates incentives to develop new drugs, or it may be a bad choice because we're paying these higher prices but not getting substantial innovation in return.
Reason number 2, drug trials. The FDA's process for approval can be costly and take a long time, according to Dr. Jeffrey Singer with the Cato Institute, a libertarian think tank. He says the exclusivity period is meant to recoup the cost of drug trials. But even when that period ends, pharmaceutical companies can extend it by modifying their drugs ever so slightly.
That's how it costs $600 for an EpiPen. Because just when the patent was about to expire, a generic was going to come out for the EpiPen, they made some modifications to the injector. The FDA said, yes, you're right, this is a significant modification. They got an extension of their patent.
And another big difference, other governments cut out the middleman. That's reason number 3, why prices are higher in this country. Part of the cost goes to the middleman.
In the United States, we essentially leave those price determinations to market negotiations between insurance companies and drug manufacturers. In practice, that system seems to lead to very high prices.
Besides insurance companies, there are distributors who act like wholesalers. They contract with individual pharmacies, which is why one pharmacy will charge more than another. It's because they received a better deal. That's not what happens in other countries like Canada, Japan, and Great Britain. Their governments negotiate directly with drug companies and leave out the middleman. What's the most you've ever paid for a prescription drug? Let me know in the comments below.